All right, let's get into it. We've got our hands on the technical deep dive for the Blustream IP350UHD-RX.
Yep, the 4K 60 hertz video over IP receiver.
And our mission today is to, figure out how this one device solves such a massive problem. I mean, we're talking about putting ultra high def video and pro audio onto existing networks.
Exactly, it's a shortcut. The real challenge for anyone in commercial AV is pretty simple. You have this huge, 18 gigabit per second HDMI signal,
A fire hose of data.
a total fire hose, and you
Yeah.
need to squeeze it down a standard, much cheaper 1 gigabit network pipe.
And the hook here, the reason we're even talking about it is the latency. It claims virtually zero lag.
Well, specifically 1 frame of latency. For a full 4K signal, that's basically real time. You wouldn't notice it.
One frame, that is the magic trick. So let's get into the how. I mean, this unit supports full 4K UHD 60 Hz at 4.4.4 color.
Which means perfect color fidelity. No compromises there.
So how does it squeeze that massive pipeline down to 1 gig without it looking, terrible?
It all comes down to a visually lossless compression. The sources are clear. It supports the highest standards, including things like Dolby Vision.
Ah, so high dynamic range content.
Right, and critically, it also supports LLM, or low latency mode. That's really the key to keeping that performance so tight. You need that for anything live or interactive.
And it's not just fast. This signal can go far, right?
Oh, yeah. You get about 100 meters over a standard CCAT cable, which is already pretty good.
But the fiber port is where the real distance comes from.
That's where you connect, whole buildings or across a campus. And because it's a multicast platform, your system size is, well, theoretically unlimited. It's only limited by your network.
Okay, so the video challenge is met, but commercial installs, they live or die on audio integration. How does this thing handle Dante or AES-67 without just clogging the whole network?
This is where it gets really, really clever. It's fully Dante and AES-67 enabled.
So you get video and professional audio on the same network at the same time.
At the same time. And what's fascinating is how it does it. It has these dual RJ45 network ports.
Which you can split?
Precisely. You can actually configure them to work independently.
Yeah.
So you can have one port just for the high-priority video traffic and the other one dedicated purely to Dante audio.
That gives you a ton of stability.
It's critical performance assurance, really.
Now, here's something I think is strategically huge for anyone listening. The receiver has a full 18 gigabit per second HDMI scaling chipset right on board. Why is that so important?
It solves the #1 headache in big installations. Mixed display environments.
The old monitors in the back room.
Exactly. You're pushing a beautiful 4K 60 hertz signal everywhere, but you've got 3, say, older 1080p displays in a breakout room. This chipset just scales the signal down for those specific displays. The main signal stays pristine. It saves an immense amount of money and complexity.
That versatility really seems to be the core of the platform, especially with the 4 operational modes it has. We've talked about matrix and video wall.
You just need a network switch, yeah.
But it can also just work as a simple one-to-one extender or one-to-many without needing that switch at all.
Correct. So an integrator can choose. Do they need a simple, quick point-to-point solution, or do they want to build out a massive, scalable matrix? It does both. And it handles all the other control signals, too. Your IR, RS-232, even USB for KVM.
And it's powered over Ethernet, which is always convenient.
PoE, or an optional power supply if you need it.
So if we pull it all together, this thing is a convergence device. It neatly combines that ultra-high bandwidth video, professional Dante audio, and all the control systems.
All into one box that works on the 1 gig infrastructure you probably already have. It's a really robust package.
Yeah.
It's got HDCP 2.2 compliance, which is the gatekeeper for protected content.
Of course.
And it supports all the HDMI audio formats you'd expect, like Dolby Atmos.
All right, here's a final thought for you to chew on. This unit has an optical input, an SPDIF input. It's designed for a 2-channel audio return that can be fed directly back into the Dante network.
Right, for local audio sources.
Exactly. So think about what that opens up. You're not just pushing audio out anymore. Now, any local device, like a small sound mixer in one specific zone of a giant campus, can process its own audio and contribute it back into the main network for everyone else to hear. That completely changes what system scalability can even mean.